Hi guys and dolls, and welcome to my bathroom. Today I'm going to be doing a vlog style tutorial of me coloring my hair. It's one of my most requested videos, and I just decided why not just film the process today. I do want to say that I'm not a cosmetologist. Like, as a disclaimer, I know what works for my hair. I've been using this general idea of a process for a very long time on my hair, and it works fine. However, I can't give you advice on your own hair. As I said, I'm not a hairdresser, and I'm sorry that I can't give better advice about that, but I feel kind of weird about it because what if, like, whatever I advise you ruins your hair? I would feel completely terrible. So with all those disclaimers and everything here at the beginning, let's go ahead and get started. So what I did is 24 hours ago, I used a clarifying shampoo to strip all the hair product out of my hair because I don't want the chemicals in my hair products to interact with the bleach in a weird way. So yeah, I have very flat, very oily hair. My hair gets oily pretty quick when I don't have product in it. As you can see, my roots are pretty bad, so we're going to go ahead and take care of that in just a second. What I need to do is first kind of block off the hair that is the top portion that will be re-bleached from the hair that is going to be re-blacked, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to grab a rat tail comb and just start sectioning it off. These clips that I'm using are from Color Track. They are like an adjustable hair clip. They're pretty cool. I got these at Sally Beauty Supply. The only thing I do want to say is that once I actually have the bleach in my hair, I won't be using these ones because they have metal parts on the inside, and metal can react strangely with bleach, so be aware of that. So now that I have the top portion of my hair sectioned out and divided, I'm going to put the bottom portion of my hair in really tight ponytails to keep them out of my way. Now it's time for me to mix up my bleach, but first I'm going to put on some gloves. These are Nitrilon black reusable gloves. I get these also at Sally Beauty Supply. I like them because they have a very nice thin texture, so I can really feel what I'm doing with my hair. And then also because they're a little bit smaller than some other types of gloves, they're better for my hands because I have relatively short fingers. And a lot of times when gloves are too long, it just feels really awkward when I'm trying to dye my hair. And so yeah, these are what I recommend. And then the other great thing is that you can actually reuse them, provided you don't like rip or tear them or something, which I tend to do. So the first thing you're going to want is a non-porous bowl for mixing up your color. This one I also got at Sally Beauty Supply, and I like it because it has the little teeth to sort of wipe off some of the excess colorant that you're using. So here's my little bowl. And then the next thing is developer. This is level 30 developer. Some people prefer to use 20 because they like to do a little less damage to their hair, or they like to bleach their hair in steps, which is important when you have darker hair. But because my hair is blonde already, I just like to do it in one shot, so I use the 30. The bleach powder that I use is from Salon Care. It's the Prism Lights. It has this really pretty packaging. I use the violet toned bleach because my hair tends to turn yellow when it's bleached, and yellow and violet are opposite each other on the color wheel, so the violet will counteract that yellow tone. Go ahead and dump that. I also like this bleach because it has kind of a nice, like, apple-y smell. I mean, it doesn't really smell good. It's still bleach, but it smells less bad than other bleaches. So for this mixture, it's a 2-to-1 ratio. The powder is 1 ounce, so I'm going to use 2 ounces of developer. And then I use a tint brush both to mix the color and then to apply it to my hair as well. So I'm trying to show you guys the process, but I don't really like having that bleach powder up in my face, but you get the idea. You mix it up. You want to mix this until it's very smooth. You don't want any gritty, grainy bits to be in there. And it'll almost sort of like puff up. So it's almost like batter or something, I don't know. And then I like to let it continue to develop for a couple moments. So while I let it develop, I'll start to re-section off my hair in a way that's easier for me to bleach it in sections. So I like to start with the back of my head because this is the most stubborn color for me. Like, my hair is darker here than it is in the front, so this takes longer to develop, so I like to put the colorant, or in this case the bleach, in it first. It's also important to note that you saw me using a rat tail comb with a metal portion here. That's fine until we're using the bleach, and then I'm gonna have to switch to a different comb, but this is my favorite. So I use it for as long as I can. A lot of people like to use Vaseline around their hairline to prevent color staining, which is a really good tip. I also like to use it when I'm bleaching it to prevent myself from getting a chemical burn, especially around my hairline. So I'm just going to take a tiny bit of that and just, yeah, do that. It's not exactly, you know, sexy or anything, but it's a whole lot better than having a chemical burn. Alright, it's time to bleach. So when I do the back section, I don't actually start with the furthest back hair because I want to be more careful with that and take more time. So I'm going to start with the front section of the back section of my hair, if that makes any sense at all. I'm just going to start painting my roots up to the point where I have previously bleached them. Bleach tends to expand, so there will be a tiny little bit of overlap. But you don't need to apply color over, or like reapply bleach where you've already had it. So you see I'm only taking it up as high as the roots are. And then I'll periodically pick up my mirror and then look at my big mirror and see if I'm missing anything. So I kind of keep turning around. I'll do like the front side facing one way, turn around and do the back side. So now that I have bleach on this entire back section, I'm going to clip it up like that so that the ends don't touch the bleach, because we don't need to re-bleach the ends. Fortunately, I got messy and I got bleach in the black part of my hair, and that is why I do the black part of my hair after I do the bleach, so I can kind of cover up any boo-boos. Okay, so now that's in there, I'm going to go around the edges on the outside and just make sure there's bleach everywhere. I'm going to go ahead and wipe off any excess around my forehead. And now I'm going to go enjoy a little coffee break while this sets up. Okay, so I've let the hair develop for about 25 minutes now, and as you can see, the hair is, ooh! As my camera falls over on me, the hair is basically like a whitish kind of color, so I'm going to go ahead and rinse this out. One thing to mention is to use gloves when you're rinsing it out, otherwise you will also irritate the skin on your hands. So I'm going to go do that now. So I let my hair air dry most of the way because when you freshly bleach your hair, the hair is very, very fragile. So you want to cause the least amount of heat damage or any kind of damage possible. You want to avoid brushing it as much as possible. And so what I did is, as I said, I let it air dry, and then I went through with the blow dryer to make sure that it's bone dry because the colorants that we're going to use won't stick if the hair is wet. The other thing I want to mention is that in the shower, when I was rinsing out the bleach, I also use shampoo to stop the bleaching process and also to get any oils out of the ends of the hair which weren't bleached. I'll start lining out the section that I want to be pink. And what I'll do is I'll just grab from all the way to the back because I usually don't put purple in the back part of my hair. Just going to take my fingers and grab all of that. And then I'm going to do some more detail color selection in the front. Just clip the part that I want to color pink out of the way for now. So I went ahead and mixed up a custom color for myself. What I normally use, what you've seen me do for the purple part of my hair for a very long time, is Wildflower from Special Effects. This is sort of a blue-purple kind of color. It usually comes on camera looking more blue than it is in real life. It looks very blue right now because I had that teal in my hair that sort of mixed in with it and made this. It just made the whole purple part very, very blue, which is why I didn't continue with the teal because I felt like it sort of took over the purple part of my hair, which is one of my favorite parts since purple's my favorite color. So I'm mixing my normal purple dye with deep purple, which is a darker, deeper, richer, almost like a plum purple. So make sure that you have your mixture really, really well mixed. Otherwise you're going to have parts that are more one color than the other. So really take your time and blend them in if you are going to mix colors. Start getting that color on the ends. And I like to work it in with both hands to make sure that both sides of the hair are completely saturated. Make sure that I don't get the purple where I want my hair to be pink because I'm very picky about it. I like the pink part of my hair to be very, very pink, and I like the purple part of my hair to be very, very purple. And I don't really like it when I have like a magenta color that forms in between. I like to keep them separated. So around like delicate corners where I'm trying to avoid getting color in certain places, I'll use just like the corner of the tint brush. I'm going to use the tip of the tip brush. I actually make the purple portion of my hair thicker on the left side because I part my hair from the right side over, and so less of the hair would show if I actually did the same amount. So I usually have to like lift up and do part of the center section of the roots on the left side of my head as well. Oh, I forgot to put Vaseline on. Oh well. Alright, so before I move on to doing the pink part of my hair, I want to show you guys what I do when I forget to put Vaseline on to get rid of like staining around the, the hairline. I take alcohol. This is 90% alcohol. I have a little spray bottle. Put it on a cotton pad and gently remove it. I'm not a fan of putting alcohol on your skin because it's really drying. But in this one instance, I find that it's okay just for removing any kind of hair dye mess, which I feel like I'm making an even bigger mess. Let's go ahead and do the pink now. For the pink portion of my hair, I'm going to be using my old standby, Atomic Pink. This stuff is fantastic. I love it. It's just a really good, bright pink, and I like that it starts out a little bit almost like a red pink, and then it fades to a super bright bubblegum pink, which it basically is now. Again, I'm going to do this in sections. And I need to be very careful because I don't want it to touch the purple portion of the hair. These gloves are really pulling on that damaged hair. Alright, so first things first is to get the front taken care of. when I start with the roots because the ends of my hair are still really super vibrantly pink. So even though I'm going to apply product there, I just want to make sure that the greatest concentration here is on the roots. And here it wouldn't work to go in and get crazy here and then be delicate around the root area because the root area is already so close to that purple dye, so you want to kind of get that hair saturated before it accidentally touches any of the purple, because the hair can only absorb just so much moisture. So if you've got the good stuff that you want down first, it's going to absorb into the hair more so than any accidental oopsies. I'll just grab it in globs at this point, because once the roots or like the regrowth is all covered, it's just about refreshing the hair color. You just want to make sure that it's like nice and richly in there. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Now with this part of the hair, it doesn't have any ammonia or peroxide in it or bleach or anything that's damaging to the hair, so you can really leave it in as long as you want. I will typically leave it in for anywhere from half an hour if I'm in a rush for some reason, or sometimes up to 2 or 3 hours. The one thing that you don't want to let happen is you don't want it to harden, because then the dye, for whatever reason, just doesn't stick very well. So I don't know why that it would be chemically. I don't know, maybe someone out there knows why it won't stick that well. So what I'm going to do is put a shower cap over the colorful part here. So I'm going to let this set up for about an hour, and then I will rinse it out and I'll be back for the black. I ended up leaving the pink and purple on my hair for about 2 hours to properly, set in, and also because I watched TV and kind of forgot I had it in my hair. It doesn't hurt the hair, as I mentioned. It has no ammonia peroxide, none of that stuff, so it's basically just like a super deep conditioning. And then when I rinsed it out, I didn't shampoo it, and I did condition it, but you don't want to shampoo like colors like this very often, because they do tend to come out quickly, and especially that first night you want to put off shampooing. So now we're going to do the last piece of the puzzle, and that is the black portion of my hair. So today I'm going to be using the Ion Color Brilliance Jet Black Cream dye and the Sensitive Scalp Level 10. Normally I only need half a bottle of, or half a tube of this, but it's been a while since I last did the black part of my hair. I've been kind of lazy. So I'm going to use the whole entire thing. This dye is a 1-to-1 ratio, so I did the 2 ounces of the dye from the squeezy tube, and then I'm going to do 2 ounces of the developer. A level 10 is basically like a tone-on-tone. It doesn't cause a lot of damage. Of course it causes some, cannot talk today. When you first mix this up, it's sort of an off-white color, and it will slowly start to turn into a gray as it develops in the bowl. Just kind of let it set for about anywhere from like 3 to 5 minutes just to develop it. Let's apply this dye. Oh man. Black hair dye on my boob. So now I'm doing the last layer, and I'm going to paint the underside of the last layer first. I've pretty much tried to do this all the way around the head, but it's very, very important on the last layer. so that way you don't end up with too much hair dye poking through when you go to like flip it up if you were to do it last. And I see where that part line is. I place and kind of stamp it on. And apply a little extra to this general area because I always have like little baby hairs and I hate when I don't get them. And then I have this like ash blonde hair right next to black. No, I'm good. So massage it through. You don't want to pull too much on the hair, but just gently massage it through the ends. And then clip that back up and out of the way. I'm just going to edge the front again. Alright, and then let it set for, I think, 20 minutes and then rinse it out. And I'll be back with the reveal. And here's the big reveal. This is the finished product of my hair. Generally speaking, when I first dyed, the purple's really dark and really blends in nicely with the black, which is as you see here. Now this purple is different from what I normally use. As I discussed in the video, I mixed Wildflower and Deep Purple. Deep Purple to me seems like it's kind of similar to the Pravana Violet that I used to use, which I really love the color of, but it would like dye my whole body purple for like a week, and it would really mix in with the pink more than I like. So it'll be interesting to see how this one works out because I really love the color, but I like my pink and my purple, and I don't like it when they blend together too much. They usually blend together just enough to where it looks cohesive, but I like it when they're, you know, separate entities. Now I blow dried my hair so you guys could see the end result, but I will not put styling products in my hair and I won't wash my hair for 48 hours. It helps to lock in the color and all that nice neat stuff, and I'm going to be getting it cut on Sunday, so that's perfect timing for me to wash it again. And I guess that's pretty much it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while I dyed my hair, and if you have any more questions, I have a lot of information in the description box down below, and I will also have links to some of my other hair care and hair dyeing and getting your hair color to last longer type videos and things like that. But if you have any further questions, please leave them in the comment section. I was gonna say in the description box. Why? If you have further questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, but I want to reiterate that I am not a cosmetologist and I cannot give personal hair advice to anyone because I just can't be responsible for your hair. But I guess that's pretty much it. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Remember to be vintage or tacky. Just be yourself. See you, bye.